Alright, you guys, so today we'll be playing Forest by System of a Down. So this song is in drop C tuning, which is a whole step down from your standard tuning and a whole step down further on the 6th string. So the notes are D, A, F, C, G, and C again. Alright? So this song's intro, in typical Darren Malakian's fashion, is kind of sloppy at first and then it catches on. So let's take a look at it first. It goes a little something like this. Alright, so first of all, you want to learn the following fingering or chord, basically, which is a major 7th kind of chord without the 5th. So it begins here in the C major 7, let's call it that way. So as I said, you want to learn the fingering because it basically just moves around from C, C sharp, D and D sharp. Alright, so starting in C, 5th string, 5th fret, you add the major 3rd, which is an E, 4th string, 4th fret, and its major 7, which is a V, 6th fret of the 3rd string. Alright, so you want to learn that fingering. Because, as I said, you just move it around exactly as it is for the whole intro. And it repeats in the verse in some parts, alright? So yeah, so that's the fingering. Now the picking pattern, the expected picking pattern is the following. You start playing the root, you add the 3rd, you ditch the root, but you add the 7th. And if that doesn't make sense, let me show you how it goes slowly. Obviously by the end you start strumming, alright? So as you can see, you play the root and add the major 3rd, and then you ditch the root and you add the 7th. Alright, again slowly. Alright, but in the studio version, if you pay attention, you'll see that he rushes the first C major 7, so alright, then he changes the picking pattern for the C sharp, alright, and then it accommodates and returns to the expected picking pattern, starting from the D. Alright, and obviously, as I said, you start strumming by the end. So, alright, so that's the intro. Hopefully that made sense. Then we get to the main riff, which is just 3 power chords, and it goes a little something like this. Alright, so basically, as I said, 3 power chords in the 5th and 6th string, open for a C, 6th fret, both strings for an F sharp, and 4th fret, both strings for an E. Alright, so it's split in 2 parts. The first part, it's got a double C's, you get it, at the beginning, and no palm mute, it's completely open, so slowly. So that's descending first, so F sharp E, and then ascending, so E F sharp for the second half. Alright, so that's the first half of the main riff. And then the second half has no double C at the beginning and a lot of palm mute, so alright, so again slowly. Alright, so that's the main riff. Then we get to the verse, which is kind of a mixture of the main riff and the intro riff. And it goes a little something like this. We'll take a look at it in its entirety because there's some nuances that you want to pay attention to. So this is the whole verse. Without that last part, which is basically the chorus. So if you pay attention, basically you do the same things that we have been already doing, but with different patterns, especially in the picking patterns. So it starts in C major 7 to C sharp major 7 with a different pattern. You start kind of double timing the picking and basically playing it in single notes. But if you pay attention, there it kind of messes up and usually plays the third and the seventh together, even when he tries to play it single. So all right, kind of like that. And then it goes into the descending main riff. So no double C in any part of the verse. So all right. There's a little bit of palm mute in the picking hand if you pay attention. So all right. Then it goes into C sharp D with the same pattern as before, and into an ascending main riff. So repeat the first half. So wanted to clarify, it's C and C sharp in the first half again. So, alright, so descending, and then it starts ascending from C sharp major 7 to E major 7. So, alright, and then returns to C sharp, and it starts ascending again to D sharp, but instead of doing that picking pattern, he just starts arpeggiating the single notes. So and that's the whole verse. All right, so slowly again, that middle part. All right, and then it goes into the chorus, which it begins with single notes and then adds 3 power chords, and it goes a little something like this. So let's take a look at it first, and then I want to clarify something. All right. So the single notes are in the 6th string. All right, it's starting in G sharp, 8th fret, 10th fret for an A sharp, back to G sharp, back to G, 7th fret, back to F, 5th fret, back to E, 4th fret. All right, and then power chords starting in C, 5th and 6th string open, 1st fret C sharp, both strings, and 5th fret F in both strings. Right. Alright, so that's the entirety of the chorus. Slowly again. that 4 times, and the first time that you actually play the chorus, it closes with the single notes, basically. Sorry. And then it goes into the main riff, only the first half, which is the open with the double C. So. Alright, and then it gets to the verse, which goes exactly the same as the previous one. And repeat the chorus. But the second time you get to the chorus, you don't close it with that. Alright, but instead you enter the bridge, which goes a little something like this. Hopefully I won't mess it up because I kind of forgot it, not gonna lie. So that's the bridge in its entirety. Let's take a look at it in part by part. So it starts in this G sharp descending riff, so single notes. So G sharp, G, F, the usual notes as the bridge, as the chorus. Sorry. Main riff first half complete, so descending and ascending. Repeating G sharp, G and F, and then going into a different descent, which is C sharp, C and F and G sharp. So alright, we already know these notes, which because they're the same as the intro. 5th string, 6th fret for the C sharp, 5th fret for the C, and the G sharp as usual. Alright, then descending riff. Alright, again G sharp descending, C sharp descending, and then D sharp descending, which is D sharp, C sharp, C, 8th fret, 5th string, and descending main riff. Not ascending, descending, keep that in mind. And then we get to the second half of the bridge, which is kind of a solo. Not exactly, because I think it goes in unison with the rest of the instruments, but whatever. Which it starts with the descending D sharp, right? Goes into a descending F, 4th string, 5th fret, D sharp, C sharp, and then descending F sharp, which is F sharp, F, D sharp, alright, and then descending G sharp, which is G sharp, F sharp, F, alright. So yeah, again slowly. Alright, and then you go into this single C power chord with palm mute, so slowly. Alright, so that's the pattern. Alright, and then you get to the post bridge, which is basically in silence at first. Alright, so it's just Serge and the bass and obviously drums, and then the second half is just the intro notes, alright, but arpeggiated right after the silence. Alright, the first time you play it with the arpeggio, and the second half you play it with the double time. So so again, slowly the double time. Instead of going into the D sharp, you go just into the chorus. Right? So again, slowly. You repeat the chorus twice, and the second time you double time the power chord. So and it closes with single note riffs. And an open C. So hopefully that made sense. It's kind of long to explain. It's got some particular parts. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Let me know if I fucked up, which I did, I'm pretty sure. Especially with the notes names. Obviously, if you can tell, I'm not the first language in English. So we call the notes different here. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time.